All right. Let's get into this one here. This is Lush Farms. I have their website up, and I'll tell you what I really like about these guys right away is that they have test results posted on their website right there. So that is cool. You get in here, they have a different level of testing, and mostly I care about the qualitative just because that is what we're doing here. But here you have a breakdown compost analysis from A&L Great Lakes Laboratories, which is cool. I love that they're transparent like this and that they've taken the time to put it out there. And then a cool qualitative assessment, which is what we're doing here. So they're right here on the microscope. I have in the background. I have them set up, and I have it down. I have it to 1 to 5 dilution. I can already tell you that it looks good. I mean, it looks when I say it looks good, it looks better than any other of the worm castings. I'm gonna go to 40. So this is 40 time optical, and I usually come here just to blow through this and see if I find anything larger. Nematodes maybe. Again, 1 to 5 dilution, which is actually better than I've been having to do for most. Everyone I've been having to take to a 1 to 3 and then try to pick up some particles. I didn't do any of that here. This was done the way it's supposed to be done, except that 1 to 5, most people would do a 1 to 10. But again, we're not counting bacteria or anything like that. We're just qualifying it. And this came out of a super sack. So there was a lot of castings. I made sure I got in there. I didn't skim off the top of it or anything like that. And I don't see, and I don't expect, maybe in a cluster like this, but I don't expect that I'm gonna see nematodes in castings that have been shipped in a super sack. So real quick, let's see what they're saying over here. Assessment notes: bacterial, no harmful bacteria present. Yeah, we'll look into that. Fungi, no harmful fungi. Protozoa, no harmful ciliates. Protozoa, no harmful ciliates present. Oh, there's protozoa and then there's ciliates. And then are there harmful ciliates? I don't know. If there's too many of them in an environment, if there's too many of anything in an environment, it can get ugly. Um, so they're kind of clumping together protozoa, no harmful ciliates present, average number of amoeba present, dormant flagellates. Similar, I don't know. I don't know what any of that means because protozoa is one thing, which are usually amoeba. Ciliates are different. Flagellates are different. Um, some will argue that too many flagellates and too many ciliates can be bad. And again, too many of anything can be bad. Are they bad? No. If they're living in an anaerobic condition, lake. If you take a sample from a lake, you're gonna see ciliates. They're aquatic. Nematodes, bacteria and fungal feeders present. We'll see. I don't see anything. Humic, phobic, omic acids present. That is very clear. All right, so I'm gonna jump over to 100, and right away, I mean, there's just a lot going on. There's a lot of activity in these castings. There's your humic and fulvics are the darker, light brown, dark brown minerals. All these little glass and shard looking things here. That so are all minerals and sands, clays, silts, etc. Um, I see a lot of life in the background. That's different from everything else I've been looking at. So these castings right away, I mean, they're probably just. I could quickly say the better castings that we've looked at. What is that? No. Better castings that we've looked at in the sense that they at least have a lot of aggregation, Again, even at 100, I can see life in the background. I don't see anything large. I don't see any amoeba. I do see ciliates in the background, very small. We'll probably see a better shot of that at 400x. But I'm happy with everything I'm looking at here because, man, what a refreshing thing. Lush Farms, they're gonna walk away with the belt on this one. I can already call it. I don't see at this level. I don't see any fungal strands, which is okay yet because we still got to go into 400 and see what's happening there. I don't see anything notable to even point out here, other than all of the segregation. And let me jump to 400. Let's just get in it. Be quick about it. Okay, let's see bacteria. Obviously, let's see. I don't see any bad bacteria. Bacteria, I guess. Yeah, I guess there's bad and good bacteria. I mean, there's obviously bad and good bacteria, but being able to spot it is just knowing what bacteria you're looking at and how they cluster together. You don't want any chaining in bacteria, from what I understand. You don't want groups of four, groups of three. You start getting into like different types of pathogenic bacteria, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm looking for. I mean, look at this is all. This is all good stuff here. This is all aggregate. These are all bacteria just clumping together. This is all bacteria sticking, gluing itself to organic matter to protect itself. That again is what creates soil. That is, it's a lot to look at. My eyes are everywhere here, but I don't see any of the big players. I do not see fungi. This is just a sample that's worthy of the biometer. I'll take a biometer test it, and I believe I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but it's gonna test fungal versus bacterial. Apparently, it's really accurate, and I can attest to that by what I believe I look at under a microscope, and then what the reading is, because it'll tell you you're 30% bacterial and 70% fungal. That is an amoeba there or something. Looks like it could be whatever it is. It's alive. Let's go to fluorescent lighting and see. Oh, I don't have that hooked up, do I? Let me plug that in. I should keep that unplugged. This is just a filter. All right, let's check it out now. Wow, that's cool. That's glowing. Yeah, that's something alive. Looks like it's got a. You can see the constitution of the cell wall there. So that is a dormant test date. If I had to guess, I can only do is guess at this point, unless you're DNA testing stuff. Look at this. There we go. See what I'm saying? Look at that. Wow, what is that? Well, whatever it is, it's I can't tell if that's an amoeba or a ciliate. Either way, I'm gonna guess that it's a good find just because it's breaking down breaking down organic matter. So again, this is the most life I've seen in any of these samples. That might. I think it's crazy, crazy looking. I haven't seen that. I wonder if I can go to 600 on that. It's gonna blur out, maybe. This is a 600 time optical. That's a flagellate. You can see it whipping its little flagellum everywhere. Let's see if I can. Nope. I definitely a flagellate though, because I could see that the little whip. Okay, cool. That's a good find. Let's keep it moving. And I'm sure that if I was taking my time with this, I would find more. You see, I see Silly in the background. You see that up there. What is that? Probably some kind of. So we got that guy right there. That's not a ciliate. That's another flagellate. Again, it's got this little long finger flagellum. But as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of like finding the same thing. I don't know. That might be a piece of a big piece of plant matter. So I'm gonna say that Lush Farms. Is that right? Hold on. Let me double check that. Yeah, Lush Farms. They're winning the worm casting deal here so far. And this is again out of a super sack. So there was something else that was alive there. I would love to see the castings that were not sifted because these again are heavily sifted. But even heavily sifted, the moisture content was very good out of the bag. And I don't see any fungi. I don't see like one hyphal strand. So, but we'll let the biometer or biometer figure that out. Let's see. Well, look at that. That looks fungal, but there's no clear septa, but it's wide. That could be actinobacteria, especially when you. Oh, look at that. That is cool. So this looks like the actual. Oh, maybe it is fungal because that might be. That's cool. If you look there, that looks like it could have been a spore, and then that spore branches out, and you end up with a developing fungal hyphae. I mean, that's a close call. Either way, though, if it's either actino or fungal hyphae, it's a good thing because I have no beef with actinobacteria either. It's again necessary. But that does look like a spore. I dig that. Let me see what happens if I go here and I go here. Nothing happens when I do that. So I'm not going to get a better shot of that. But I am going to take a screenshot of that. All right. So let me keep it moving. So that's a good sign. And then that's got indications of a chopped up piece of fungal hyphae. A lot of promise here. A lot of promise. I like it. I'm good with it. I would be okay if this would deliver to my doorstep, and so maybe something else developing here in the background. Kind of tough to tell. A lot of bacteria moving around. A lot to work with here. With others in my garden bed. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I mean, I'm gonna give it two thumbs up here. I mean, as far as being one of the better castings that I've reviewed so far, which is pleasant to see. Because again, I didn't have to manipulate the pipette and pull out pieces of particle. There's aggregation everywhere. Look at this. That is alive. I think. Let's see if that looks like a that looks like a naked amoeba. Let's see if the light triggers it. Nope. Wow. I don't know. That looks live to me. There's something else back there. Oh. There's a lot to look at. I'm telling you, there's a lot of teasing my eye here. Huh. I bet you if I searched long enough, I would find. I don't see a lot of, as I'm saying this, I was gonna say I don't see a lot of even crushed amoebae, but that could be one. They're shaped a little different than what I'm used to, I guess. And that's the thing, you look at microbes from, where's this, Wisconsin? There's microbes are different, different areas, different shapes, different types. It's amazing what we don't know. Anyway, all right, cool. Got it. Good job on that one.